last podcast, nobody said anything, but my hair was sticking up.
I did. Frederick Douglass.
I was like,
Frederick
dang.
Douglass.
No. I had these braids, but it was sticking up.
Oh,
the
they
braids
were?
were on top of the headphone. I was like, dang, I look like a clown.
Man, I was so engulfed.
I said, I
into
better
the
not say nothing about
conversation.
Trump because they're going to come after me big time.
I was so engulfed into the conversation.
They're going to be like, look at this man's hair. So
You didn't get a trim up, did you?
no, I didn't get a trim up.
Oh, look
I
like
got to get
saw
one.
you. Look like you did.
I
for a
definitely
minute.
had to get one.
Look like you did for a minute.
Oh,
But
okay.
you got your beard.
No. I need to get
Yeah,
right.
You touch all that up there
It's
in
time
the
to
front.
get right, you know.
Touch all that up in the front.
January.
You keep get a haircut. Get a haircut.
I do need to get a haircut.
That is your resolution,
little-
man.
Get a little fade on the side, you know. Now that I got the braids,
Yeah.
I mean that might be a little bit too much power
little
right
too
there,
much right
you
there.
know. I might have too much power, you know. I'll be walking around like,
So, hey,
what up, shawty?
that's what they
You know?
do nowadays, man. They let their hair grow out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'm old, so I'm older, so you know we still trying to 360 it out here with a little bit of gray and whatnot.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
youngins,
yeah.
you youngins.
I got some
man.
gray in my beard too.
Mm.
I
So-
just hide it a little
You
bit.
hide a little bit.
Yeah.
So what you ain't been doing nothing lately?
Nah, man.
How the
I
ladies
just
treating you?
working.
Working.
I need to chill. I need to.
Yeah.
I mean, the break was the best for me. Like
That was a
you
long
know,
break.
Oh yeah, I need
was a
I
long
need
break.
time like that. Like
That was a long.
I can
break.
actually live a little bit when I've got it like that. You know.
That's one thing I will say about working in education.
Mm-hmm.
You get these breaks, and it's almost like you can have another part-time gig. You're like, dang, no, but you know, us, we get paid once a month, so it's like,
Yeah.
you know, other bread coming in. That's why we need y'all to support this podcast.
Support the podcast.
so we can eat. So
That's
we
right.
can eat, man. But you know what I did?
What'd you do?
Man, I watched the Golden Globes, a little bit of it, because, you know, sports is
What'd
one
you
my
think of the
big things.
Golden Globes?
It sucked not as playing. You know, a lot of people keep saying about snubbing and things like that. Surprisingly, some of the films they had on there, I did see.
Okay.
One Battle After Another. I saw that.
You watched that?
Yeah, I saw that.
okay.
I saw that. And which one, right?
Yeah. What'd you think of One Battle?
I thought it was good. It was it's an interesting story. It's a very
Okay.
interesting story.
It's
I
way
thought-
One Battle is way better than Sinners. Let's
you
be
think it's way
honest.
better than Sinners?
Yeah.
Me personally, I think Sinners is better
Okay.
because both of them had a story. They both had a story, right? But One Battle After Another, its story kind of like almost like a crusade, if that makes sense, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were fighting for a cause, but towards the end, what was the actual cause? Did a resolution actually happen? You know, where I'm gonna give away the damn movie. I don't care because it's old. And, you know, y'all saw it anyway. So where she took off and left her kid and whatnot. You know, so and then they couldn't even find her. She was on the run from the feds. What it was. So I mean, I get what they were trying to do, but.
Well, people love this story. I mean,
It
Paul
is a good
Thomas
story.
Anderson is kind of, you know, this is his moment. You can tell that this is his moment, and he's going to probably win the Oscar. You saw that he won the Golden Globe for Best Director, Best
Best
Writing. And, you know, I really like how this movie unfolded. I like the story and the world. We know that it's not a real world, right?
Right.
But there were revolutionaries, you know, back in the 70s.
Revolutionary. That's
and
the word. I
different
meant,
things of that nature, you know. So I thought that it was a great way to tell a story like that. And what's weird is that, like, you know, Paul Thomas Anderson low-key made a black film.
You think he made a black film?
Yes. This
Why
is his
do you
first
think
black
he made
movie.
a black film?
I mean,
Because he
just
used Tiana Taylor?
well, I mean, just the way that he like put it together, you know, and yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, he had black characters and
Yeah.
other people in there, but I mean, like the way that he put it together, it just felt real, and there was something for the audience to hold on to. You know, here we have, you know, Tiana Taylor's daughter, and you know, we're following her as well as, you know, Leo's character and the father and stuff like that, but them trying to, you know, figure out their shit too, and you know, and this bad guy coming in. I think, you know, and the fact that it's so relevant right now, like it feels so relevant. It feels like this movie could have been, made for right now, even though it's kind of like you don't know what it's set into and it's kind of not a real world.
I get that,
But,
dealing with the border. So that was what they were like, helping people at the border, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of get that. Didn't she cheat on Leo? Was that his child in the film?
Well, yeah, you're getting into spoilers, man. What about people who haven't seen that?
I don't care. That's what we do around here. We spoil shit.
But it's I think it's.
I mean, this movie old. They should have already seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she cheated on. That wasn't even his child.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I love
one
the movie.
battle after.
So why is Sinners better?
Sinners is better because Sinners not only because the heritage, meaning the history behind it, right? Mm-hmm. So even in, which I wasn't even aware, even in the Mississippi Delta, I wasn't even aware that they had some Asians among the black in the communities. But in typical Asian fashion, they had their own store, right? Mm-hmm. Which some black people had their own stores in the community.
In the black community.
In the black community, exactly. That's what I'm saying, typical Asian fashion, right?
Yeah.
In which black people had their own stores too. And plus, I like how even with the guy was Irish, the vampire was Irish.
Yeah.
Even in their, what is it, Celtic, and their whole mantra of dance, and also because you would be surprised how many black folk have a lot of some Irish down the line.
That's me.
Yes, you too, right? So yeah, you look like a Lucky Charm. But and then I love how they went through the genres of music and show black music and show how it affect all the way from Africa all the way up to now. And I love that because I saw when even Spike Lee they was trying to class what genre is it. He created a whole new genre.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't necessarily like a horror. Is it in the horror category?
I mean, it is.
It is, right?
And that's why for the people who are really mad about Sinners not getting the love they think that it deserves, it's a horror film. We haven't seen like award shows really like latch on to horror films ever. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, for Michael B. Jordan's characters, it's like, bro, you're in a horror film, like, I mean, so I don't think that I see what everybody else is saying. Oh, they're trying to make it about race. And it's like, well, the Academy's never really like acknowledged horror films or any kind of genre movies like that.
Or any comedy.
Mean, I could be wrong. What do you think?
I see why you said horror because ultimately it's a vampire, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't give horror to me.
Yeah.
It gave more of a cultural, it was like a mix between, because I can't even say gory. To some degree, okay, with the biting of the neck and the blood and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So somewhat gore. But it also took you through like a lineage of history,
Yeah. One thing I'll say is that scene with the Steadicam and them going around and the music playing, that's going to be one of the greatest ever. That's like the greatest cinematic experience, and especially
DP.
Culturally, like that is probably one of the best moments in a movie.
Yes.
And so that's what nobody else can take away from Sinners. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of people saying that Sinners sucks. They didn't like Sinners. They didn't like, all the different things that were going on in that movie. And, most of the time it's usually like white men who are like, oh, I didn't really like Sinners. But we ain't got to talk about that. But, it's like, you can't take that scene away.
You can't. What do you think about the scene where they're in the shack singing, right? And then the roof, of course it's CGI, the roof was burnt off and you can see the stars, right? Then when the vampires come, it's like they can see through everything. They just see the people in there dancing and showing how the music moves them. And that's why he came for him, because of that music, And really, if you think about it, and then maybe that's just my take. So black people created music here in America. Mm-hmm. We created country, we created rock, we created jazz, and we created hip hop, right? And all these genres of music came through out of our struggle, right? And just like in Sinners, white people gravitate to our music too, because it posed them, right? And then out of our music, they created their own forms of country, their own forms of rock, their own forms of hip hop, just like ours or whatever, and they did some of
And
their
not
some
only
jazz
that,
with
now
it.
they claim it.
And
Now, if
exactly.
you make
Now they
a country
colonize.
song, they're like, "You ain't country."
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
It's like,
that's
okay,
crazy. That's crazy.
I guess country means that you're white.
Right. I
at
guess
this
so.
point.
I guess so. And I know some country ass black folk. I'm gonna tell you now.
All right, well, let's talk about some of the winners.
Yeah.
Hamnet won Best Picture.
Did you see that?
For
I never
a
even
drama?
heard. I never even heard of that.
I did see Hamnet. It's William Shakespeare, like. But what I will say is that
Hamnet or
even
Hamlet?
though it's Hamnet,
Hamnet.
so
Okay.
that a lot of people at the Golden Globes were getting it confused. It's Hamnet, okay? Hamlet,
I know
is the thing
Hamlet.
that everybody,
That's
everybody
William
knows
Shakespeare,
that
too.
one, right?
Okay.
So the word actually means the same thing, and it talks about that at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
And so you could pronounce it that way, or say Hamlet. So,
okay.
but if you watch the movie, it actually makes a lot of sense later. So it's actually a beautiful.
It is.
I think it's a beautiful movie, but it's a basic story.
Yeah.
But now that I see that like Spielberg is behind it, it's like
Okay.
low key, they're the sleeper. And I know
but you.
I like One Battle After Another,
Yeah.
but I think that
I
low
did
key,
too.
Hamnet is
really?
probably going to win Best Picture. Spielberg has the connections. So
You know what? I won't judge because I haven't seen Hamnet.
okay.
I haven't seen
You're
it.
going to watch William Shakespeare?
Yeah.
You're a big
well,
Shakespeare guy?
Yeah. We know coming
okay.
up, and I took college prep English in high school. So
okay.
we had some Shakespeare stuff and sonnet and all that other.
Were you
stuff.
like in drama class? You would wear tights and stuff?
With my schlong? No, I didn't wear tights. We had to do something. What is it? Heraldry? I can't even pronounce the word.
Know. Yeah.
We had to do something for medieval. Have a visual aid, and we had to talk for 2 minutes on something in front of the class.
Oh, okay.
But that was a while ago, but yeah, I haven't seen it. So I won't judge it because I haven't seen that film.
Yeah, I think it's the sleeper movie of the year. And then for Best Motion Picture Musical / Comedy, One Battle won for that. And
One Battle was a comedy?
That's what they say, yeah. I mean, there is some comedic moments in there, with Leo, talking on the phone and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I look at that as comic relief in a drama. I don't look at it as...
It's not like a real comedy. Yeah. Jessie Buckley won for Best Actress. She was in Hamnet. Timothy Chalamet won Best Actor for Marty Supreme. And then Tiana Taylor, of course, won for One Battle After Another. What'd you think of that? Yeah, supporting actress.
I loved her speech.
Yeah,
I love her speech. She was honest. She was humble.
Yeah.
Her speech is real good. Did you have it?
Her speech?
Speech, yeah.
Yeah, I can play her speech.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit of it.
Okay.
You see my party in the back? Oh my God, I almost didn't even write a speech because I didn't think I would. Oh, my babies. My babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be off them damn phones and watching me right now.
That's a black mother.
Oh my God. First, Father God, in the name of Jesus, I thank you and I praise you for every part of this faith walk. Every lesson, every test, and every blessing. Thank you to the Golden Globe voters for seeing me and reminding me that purpose always finds this moment. To my mommy and my daddy, it's up for y'all anytime. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here with me tonight. To my tribe, oh my God, my grounding force, my joy, my daily reminder that love is an action, not just a word. And everything I do is rooted in that truth.
There you go.
Yeah. Because they're about to make me cry, man. I don't need to hear no more. I'm glad for her because, she's been grinding for so long. And, she would, because she was doing music. And I know Kanye West, your boy, produced some things for her. And she has some bangers. But it seemed like it didn't take off for her, Yeah. And at one time, I think she was talking about walking away from music. And now, she's been doing some things in film,
She's an actor.
Yeah, so I think she's still
Golden Globe winning actor.
I think she's probably going to continue doing some things in music as well because she just recently did some visuals for a video. Did you see the whole shoot she did? Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check out Tiana Taylor for her music videos, which she did. Very, very creative because she does choreograph.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad for her, man. That she's getting her just due for putting in that hard work.
Definitely
Yeah.
glad to see her win,
Mhm.
and I think it's much deserved.
Yep.
I love one battle after another. So
Yeah. That's
you
your
know.
favorite movie for this? Last year?
I don't know. I still haven't finished a lot of the movies. Like, there's a lot of movies from last year I haven't watched yet. So
Yeah.
I still have to watch some. But I would probably say yeah, because Paul Thomas Anderson. I've been watching his movies for years, and he's a great artist. So yeah.
Who else? Won?
Yeah, best supporting actor was Stellan Skarsgård.
Mhm.
He won for Sentimental Value. TV winners, The Pit won for best drama series.
Did you see that? I've seen some of that.
I haven't watched that yet, but
It
I
was
think
on
it's
HBO.
very popular around like the film community.
Netflix
So-
just picked it up.
Oh, okay.
It's about like the ER.
Yeah.
It's about that. Yeah.
And about what they.
I started
what they
watching
do.
it. I really need to go back and finish.
Yeah, medical professionals have been saying that it's the most accurate depiction.
Yeah. I definitely need to.
So yeah, and then the studio won best comedy series.
Seth
Did you see
Rogen?
that? Yeah, with Seth
I
Rogen.
want to see that. I
Yeah.
want to see that. I got.
I wanna watch it too.
I would figure what network it's on.
Yeah. And then, I can't remember the guys. I don't have it here, but the guy from Adolescence, he won. He's actually biracial too, low key. You couldn't tell because his accent, and he's like white presenting.
Yeah.
So, and then the little boy from Adolescence
won.
Yeah, he
Right,
won as well.
yeah.
He was
So when he was
youngest
up there,
winner at 16.
You talking
so,
about the guy is biracial?
Yeah.
Which one is he? The
look up
short, the real short?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
no,
he's biracial.
No,
he said it in
man.
his speech. Yeah.
It can't be the guy who I'm thinking about. It cannot. I know it ain't the guy who I'm
The
thinking
dad
about.
in Adolescence. Did you
Let
watch
me-
Adolescence?
I know. I saw when
Okay.
they accept.
Stephen Graham.
Let me see how he looks.
This guy.
No, man.
Yeah, he's biracial. His
That
dad is
dude
black.
played. Did you ever watch Boardwalk Empire? He used to come on.
No, I didn't watch it.
Dealing with Prohibition
Yeah,
era.
he's black though.
He played fucking. He played.
I can look it up.
He played Al Capone.
Oh, okay.
He played Al Capone.
Yeah.
His dad is black.
I think so. I think it's his dad.
His dad might be biracial,
Yeah.
maybe,
Let me see. Hold
and
on.
his mom white, almost like a Derek Jeter.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he played Al Capone on Boardwalk Empire with Steve Buscemi. You know Steve Buscemi, who
All right.
played
Yeah,
Lucky
yeah.
Thompson.
Yeah.
I used to watch that series.
His dad is mixed race with Jamaican heritage from his father's side and Swedish ancestry.
Okay,
So
they're biracial.
yeah,
and his
So, yeah,
mom
he's
is
biracial.
white,
Yeah, I think his mom is definitely.
so
white.
that's why
So-
he favors more on the Caucasoid side, the Caucasian side.
Okay, yeah. Mark Ruffalo had a moment
he
at the
did.
Golden Globes, and a lot of people have been talking about that. I'm gonna play a little bit of his speech real fast.
For y'all don't know, that's the Incredible
Renee
Hulk.
Nicole Good, who is
You needed to meet
for Renee Nicole Good, who is murdered. We have a vice president who's lying about what's happening. We're in the middle of a war with Venezuela that we illegally invaded. He's telling the world that international law doesn't matter to him. The only thing that matters to him is his own morality. But the guy is a convicted felon or convicted rapist. He's a pedophile. He's the worst human being in the world. If we're relying on this guy's morality for the most powerful country in the world, then we're all in a lot of trouble. So this is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
So he was wearing a pin
Yeah, he wear a
there,
pin,
and so a lot of people have been talking about that. Conservatives, they had to say some stuff, about Mark Ruffalo doing that, and but what was crazy was a liberal, Bill Maher,
A liberal, yeah.
had this to say about doing this kind of stuff at a award show.
Wanda Sykes also wearing a Be Good pin for Renee Good, obviously, and trying to use this platform for activism. Do you feel that's effective or no?
Oh, come on. We're just here for show business today. It was a terrible thing that happened, and it shouldn't have happened. And if they didn't act like such thugs, it wouldn't have had to happen. but I don't need to wear a pin about it.
So that's what
So who do you think he's referring to as a thug?
I think he's talking about ICE. You know,
He said if they didn't act like such, was he referring to them or the young lady who got shot?
I don't think he was talking about the
You
young
don't think
lady
he
that got
was?
shot.
Some people
Come
say
on.
they
He's
think
Bill
he was
Maher.
Some people say that they think he was talking about the young lady.
Nah,
Because he said if
come
they didn't
on.
have to act like thugs, then this wouldn't have happened.
I think he's talking about the ICE people. Because if you watch the video, and we can kind of segue to this, like what happened with ICE. If you watch the video, they get out of the car and like basically like jump them, you know, and
Yeah.
that's why the woman tried to drive off, because it's like they're trying to get up into her car, like trying to grab her out of the car. And so I think that he's definitely talking about ICE and them being thugs, you know, like, because that's really how they're walking around. It's like the dude, obviously, from the other footage that was released, he got mad, okay, that they weren't listening to him. And so, like, he took matters into his own hands, tragically, and, you know, took her out. And so, yeah, it's a sad thing
And
to
he
see.
cursed her out after he shot her. He's like, "You fucking bitch." They
Did he
cut
really?
all that. Yeah, he's like,
Oh,
"Fucking-"
okay.
Yeah, he cursed after and he shot one through the windshield. Then
Yeah.
he shot again in the car to make
Twice
sure he
through the
he
car.
hit her.
Yeah, through the car.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just and what do you think about Bondi? Is that Bondi who was saying that? Was it
No,
Bondi?
you're
Who was
thinking
it?
about the other lady. She had
It's,
on the cowboy hat, and
with Trump administration.
yeah,
They
I know
were
who you're
saying
talking
that,
about. She's the other lady. Yeah.
They were trying to skirt around the truth and they calling him out. Was that Tapper was saying, they interviewed her and said, "Look, are we looking at the same video? What are you what are you seeing here?"
Oh,
you
you're
know?
talking about something I didn't see, but yeah,
It was a video. What's the lady's name?
it's okay.
It's
Keep
not
going.
Bondi?
Keep going. Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, so they on the administration with Trump, and they trying to say that he was justified because she was about to hit them, and when you look at the video, you can see the wheels clearly turn, and he's on the side of the car.
She's trying to
So I'm
like
just like,
not hit him by
man,
turning the
you know?
wheel. Why would you turn the wheel? If you're trying to hit him, just fucking ram it.
I just don't get it, man.
Yeah.
The blatant hypocrisy, because you want to say this is justified, but then when they turn around and say, okay, so does the same thing? What do you think about these people attacking the Capitol and these officers? You know, they say what? So it only favors when it's people who are for Trump,
Exactly.
right? But then when it's not, then they are unjust in their actions. You know, it doesn't make any sense, man. It's just blatant hypocrisy, and you can go back and look at all the blatant hypocrisies that they do, man. I think that the mayor of what happened in Minnesota, the governor or the mayor they should-
Minneapolis. Yeah.
Minneapolis,
Yeah.
they should pull charges. They should bring them up on, because you can try them in state.
Oh,
You can
okay.
try them in state, yeah. On federal, you know, because it happened in that state, they can still pull them up on charges in the state. I think they should, man, because this is what happened. This is Project 2025.
Yeah.
Even though he said he didn't want nothing to do with it, but this is all 2025, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
To give these people authority, and when you do that, they can kill with impunity. Doesn't matter, you know. And then when they're gonna go by and say that it's justified, when it's clearly not, you know, that's uncalled for, you know. I mean, you could, what, y'all don't got tasers? If it got to that point, which it shouldn't, but not even tasers,
Yeah.
but you have tasers.
My whole thing is that you have time to pull out your gun and take it and aim and pull the trigger, you know, 3 times. Then you have time to move the fuck out the way, bro.
Exactly.
Like he did not have to like shoot her. And, you know, I think they kind of, I don't know. I just don't like the way that they're, you know, painting it, because it's so clearly in front of our face.
Clearly, yeah.
But I also don't like the way that Trump supporters now feel that they have to agree with what the administration is saying, when you can see it for your own self, that he literally murdered her. You know, like, you don't have to agree with that.
In real time.
You do not have to agree with that. but they feel like they have to, and they feel like they're justified because they're like, oh, well, she was in the car and she was like trying to, stop the traffic and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no.
I'm like, bro, if that the case, shoot out the damn tire.
Yeah.
Shoot the tire out.
Well,
So
a cop told me this, and you would be surprised who did, but one of our friends, he was like, you don't ever shoot to maim.
No, I know
You
that.
shoot to kill.
That you should,
and so
yeah.
I think that's what happened in this situation where
But
it's like, yes, you can shoot
to kill when your life is in danger.
but that's
But
what
her
the
life-
cop was saying.
His life was not.
He was
in
trying to make it
danger.
seem like his life was in
'Cause
danger.
I'm an avid gun owner.
Okay.
When I went to go purchase my gun, they said, okay, of course they do the background check on everything, right? Sled check. He put out sets of rounds. I have some regular rounds, and he pulled out some hollow tip rounds. So he put out, which ones do you want? Because I own a 380. Which ones you want, right? With the regular rounds, I maybe got about 30 or so, maybe 30 or 40, something like that. With the regular rounds is like maybe only 20. I mean, with the hollow tips, but it costs more. So I said, well, what's the difference? He said, well, if you this, you're going to shoot through Teflon, right? So when I said, no, I don't want to kill nobody. He said, no, if you shoot him, you got to kill him. He said, because if someone breaks into your home here in the state of South Carolina, of course, other state laws can be different. If somebody breaks in your home and say if you shoot them in the leg, right, and now they're crippled, they go to jail. They say, but you are responsible for their medical bills for the rest of their life. So he said, if you shoot them, you shoot to kill. But me personally, I'll put off some warning shots. Only way I can feel justified to shoot to kill if someone is trying to take my life or unalive me.
Yeah.
Then
you got to defend yourself.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's self-defense.
At that point, yeah.
So,
but his life was clearly not in danger, man.
It wasn't.
It wasn't in danger.
He just got mad and wanted to be a little bitch.
Yeah. And honestly, man, and that's the problem when you give males that ego, and it's a lot of times it's white males. And now they get to the point where they shooting their own people too because they feel it's justified because you disobey my command. You disobeyed a direct order from me. And she isn't even an immigrant. She's a citizen.
Yeah, she's a
citizen. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was justified. I think it was BS. And I'm glad that they fuck with Bill Maher said. I'm glad that they spoke up and used their platform. But you notice, Trump don't go after them when they speak up. He don't want to sue them and all the things he said about him, but he will sue the media quick because the media going to pay out to make it go away.
Yeah.
They control the media,
I'll defend Bill Maher just a little bit because I think that it's kind of cringe to see, these movie Hollywood stars who have tons of money get up there and act like, oh, I'm, basically virtue signaling. Like to see that is kind of like weird. And it's kind of like, well, there's a time and a place for that. Like I want to see Mark Ruffalo, which he is. Mark Ruffalo is a big, activist. He's always fighting for people, right? If you look at a lot of his clips and stuff like that and some of the things he says. By the way, I 100% agree with him. I like that he had that pin. But I do think that a lot of times these, celebrities who go home to their $1 million mansions, sometimes it's very cringe for them to get up and say something. Now, it may make people feel good, but at the end of the day, what are they actually doing for regular people? You know what I mean? Like, they're not really out there fighting and helping. A lot of the people who do talk stuff. Now, that's one thing about Mark Ruffalo. He walks the walk and talks the talk.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a lot of people who just get up there and say it because, they want to. And they want to make it seem like, oh, yeah, I'm on your side. And they don't really fucking do shit.
I mean, that's true. I get it. But I think it's still good that they at least speak and say something about it on their platform. And then if you won't physically want to, hit up the people like Tamika Mallory and them who are on, and Osan who's on the ground. Help fund their cause.
Exactly.
Help do something like that, or somebody who grassroots who's actually on the ground doing something. And just because I don't feel them to be criticized because they have $1 million mansion. Yeah, they work hard for it. And, but if you really want to do something, if you're not going to physically have boots on the ground, fund these people who you deem fit and who you see that, okay, they actually out for the cause and they're doing something. Help fund them. Do something like that, But I think they should say things about on their platform and they at least bring awareness to it, because, like you said, celebrities make you cringe. But shit, Donald Trump was a celebrity. And look where he at. So it seems like the only people he really respect is celebrities and other peons who, who kissed the ring.
Yeah,
pretty much. So, yeah, man. But
well, did you hear about Mike Tomlin?
I just heard actually from you that I think it was smart. Look here, I'm gonna quit before y'all fire me. He's been there, what, 18 years?
He had been there for 19 years.
19
seasons, yeah.
19 seasons, right? And hasn't, because think about it. Any other NFL team would have been fired him a long time ago. But from what I heard, the Steelers franchise is not like that, And I guess he realized, but is it him? Because, when they had, Ben Roethlisberger, right?
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger was up in age. He's on the way out, right? So they really didn't do much until then they got, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson ain't been the same since he left Seattle.
Yeah.
Hell, look when he went to New York, they sat him down and put Dart in there, and is it really his fault? But then it's like, I don't know if you or my cousin made the point, I know, which we're going to talk about Harborough as well.
Yeah.
Do you get rid of a star player or you get rid of the coach?
Well, in the case of Pittsburgh,
Uh-huh.
and listen, I love to see a black man
Me too.
doing things and being a coach. But when it comes to Pittsburgh, I mean, we've already seen for years.
This is true.
And when it comes to a person like Mike Tomlin,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tomlin has power in the building. So he's helping make these decisions, okay?
Yep.
It's not like he's not in the middle of these decisions. The decision to go and get Russell Wilson, the decision to go and get Aaron Rodgers, the decision to hold on to Ben Roethlisberger for years.
Yeah.
These are all his decisions. The decision to draft Kenny Pickett, the decision to do all of these things, and the direction that they have been going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last few years, it's like, why are you spending so much money on the defense? The defense has been good.
For Steelers.
That's not your problem. Your problem is you cannot score. And he never was able to figure out the thing of not scoring. And so let's look at what last night.
Tomlin.
They only scored 6 points. Yeah.
But
Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
But hold on.
And so
but let me ask you this.
they've
though.
always had trouble with this.
I get what you're saying. But it comes to a point. Remember now, you have a defensive coordinator and you have an offensive coordinator.
Right.
Is why you hear about in the NFL, you will hear more so about the defensive coordinator than you hear about the offensive coordinator, right? It looks more so like it's the head coach job of running the plays and things like that, which true.
Yeah.
He can take over, right? But why isn't the offensive coordinator under any scrutiny?
They have been. And that's the
But
problem.
he's not
with Mike.
fired though.
Yeah, he has fired.
He's
He's fired. He's let go of offensive coordinators. That's the thing. It's just like he's been making a lot of bad decisions for years. And, everybody held on to the 9-8 seasons. Oh, he's never had a losing season. I was one of the main people who was saying that. But it's like it comes to a point where it's like, if you're getting to the playoffs every time and you're losing in the first round, that doesn't really mean anything that you have a winning season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're doing that over and over and over again, something has to change. Something has to give. And I think Aaron Rodgers was the last straw, because it's like Aaron Rodgers, even though he's on his way out, still could come out and give you a good game. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's falling down like Peyton Manning was at the end, where it was he couldn't really do anything. Aaron Rodgers can actually do things.
Peyton Manning showed up when they beat Carolina in the Super Bowl and retired.
Was that his
No,
last...
I'm sorry. Was that That's Peyton. Yeah,
all I
that's Peyton
all I
Manning.
know,
That was his last. before he
Peyton
retired.
Manning, his last game. I can't remember who it was.
They beat the
That
Super Bowl.
was his last game.
Carolina.
He only had 140 yards that
but
game.
But he won the Super Bowl.
True, yeah.
And he went out
I'm just saying,
a champion.
I'm just saying that, like, he was kind of
and
falling down.
Carolina
though,
went
at the end.
almost undefeated that season.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But got to the damn Super Bowl and
I knew
they
they were
forgot
gonna
how
lose.
to play football.
But that's another
I'm
subject.
like, what is this, man?
Yeah.
But but
Okay,
what
go ahead.
do you think about Kevin Stefanski? They fired him.
First of all, Kevin, what's his name?
Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski is the white devil. Okay.
Yes, I
This
think
man
they should have fired his ass.
Yeah, I
They
mean, he should have been
canned
gone.
him long time ago. Get rid of
Definitely.
his
Like,
ass.
I mean, listen, everybody wants to bring up, oh, he was the coach of the year twice. It's like, please.
For the Browns?
He's obviously, that guy's an idiot. And the decisions that he was making at the end there was just like, you had to fire him. I can't believe that they waited till the end of the season. I would have fired that motherfucker right when he was trying to like put Shador on the bench.
What?
To
Oh my
start.
God. Get his
Who was
ass.
the other quarterback from Oregon trying to start that guy?
Just-
it was like, bro, please.
And the
what
thing
are we
is,
doing here?
and then when they win with Shakur, he praised everybody but want to give Shakur his props last.
Yeah, exactly.
They say he did not want him to be there.
Yeah.
He fought for him not to be there. Why?
Yeah.
Why I mean, dude, regardless, this guy can put ass in seats. If you're not winning games, you still got to sell tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're not selling tickets, you ain't making no money for your franchise.
Yeah. I mean, to
That's
me,
part of
again,
the
that
revenue
dude is the
stream.
white devil.
That's part of revenue stream.
When people talk about the white devil, listen, I love white people. I got white friends and stuff like that. But I mean, like this guy right here, Kevin Stefanski is the white devil. So
now
I think that's what people
Tomlin might be interviewing for that job too.
for the Browns.
For the Browns.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
said something maybe.
I mean, he's definitely going to get another.
Oh, he's
job
gonna get another
because he's
job.
still a solid coach.
Yeah,
I just think that it wasn't working in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And what do you think about John Harbaugh though?
Harbaugh. I honestly, I was surprised to see him get fired.
Oh, okay.
I really was, because they always get so far with the Ravens. Now, granted, this year here, I'm not really looking at it as so much a Harbaugh fault, because Lamar Jackson was injured. He was hurt for most of the season, and when he got hurt, he came back, got hurt again, then left. You know, so I'm not, and you had Derrick Henry too. So I was really surprised that they fired Harbaugh. I really was. But someone made a great point and said, look, are you going to get rid of that coach, or are you going to get rid of your star quarterback player? And they're not going to get rid of Lamar Jackson.
No.
They're going to revolve the team.
Baltimore is Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
City.
yeah. And plus, he
Like,
made MVP how many times?
Twice, right?
Twice, right?
Yeah, so
they're not going to get rid of
Nah,
Lamar
nah.
Jackson. They're going to get.
That's his city.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So they say he's looking at Atlanta.
Mhm.
Atlanta potentially.
Okay.
I think he would be good in Cleveland. I think he'd be good in Cleveland.
Yeah, both of these
Shador.
coaches are like great coaches.
They're great coaches.
And they've both been around for around the same time.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I think it's, 18 and 19
Yeah, 18, 19
years.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, like, I want them to come to the Cowboys.
Only time I didn't like Harbaugh when we had the Harbaugh Bowl.
Okay.
49ers played the Ravens, and they beat us. The older brother beat the younger brother. We had Jim Harbaugh and Joe Harbaugh?
Jim and John.
Jim and John, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jim and John.
Yeah.
And they had John, yeah. And
John
he
is the one
beat
that
us.
just got fired.
He got fired. And look at Jim came back from Michigan, and
Yeah.
now he's in the playoffs with the Chargers.
Jim's my guy. And
Like Jim Harbaugh. I like Jim. Jim
it's-
Harbaugh is a beast too.
It has been a hard, it's been a hard season for the Harbaugh brothers. But yeah,
But the Chargers are still
the
there.
Chargers, they lost though. They got whooped
they
by the Patriots. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
They made it. They made it. They didn't
they
get
couldn't
past
score.
The first round.
It was 16-3.
Yeah.
You know, Justin Herbert just wasn't.
the Patriots.
wasn't doing anything.
Patriots
So
put it on them, man.
yeah, but
I
go ahead.
figured that the Patriots probably would have won that. Just looking at their record, the Patriots look good. I know Robert Kraft was like, he's ecstatic.
Are the Patriots back?
This season they are.
Okay.
They're back this
Do
season.
you think
Will
this is
they
going to
win?
start a new dynasty? I mean, Kansas City is down.
No.
You don't think they're going to have a dynasty like they did
Nah,
before?
because Kansas City will be back.
Okay.
The Kansas Mahomes will be back. I don't know how far Kansas City going to get because as long as the refs let them play and stop calling everything as soon as you touch Mahomes, you know. But yeah, you know, because like I said, and the Super Bowl, Philly exposed that. Philly exposed that, you know. But
yeah. Speaking of Philly, they went down.
They went down to
your 49ers.
My 49ers, a depleted team. Can we safely say Kyle Shanahan is one of the greatest coaches, if not the best coach out there?
I think offensive mind wise, yes. I think he definitely is one of the best coaches. But this is the man that's lost multiple Super Bowls. I mean,
we lost
twice. One with Jimmy G, one with this new kid who sucks. But
wait a minute. We went twice.
Yeah, you went twice and lost both of them. That's why I say, like, just remember when you're talking shit about the Cowboys, we at least won last.
We lost
before
to
you guys
Kansas City, and we lost to.
I don't know. You probably lost to Kansas City twice.
Because I know we lost one with Harborough. We lost to the Ravens.
Right, but that was with Harbaugh.
That was Kaepernick.
Yeah,
and then we lost. No. We didn't make it. Right? Remember, we got hurt. We got put up by Philly.
We got injured. Yeah, before the game.
Yeah,
before
the division game. We got put out, and then we
Gotcha.
lost to Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost to Kansas City. But yeah, man, 49ers, man, we playing with third string defensive line. We have Kittle got hurt and he's out for the season. In the game, one play he got hurt. Kittle hurt. Brandon Ayuk never came back. We don't know what's going on, but he never came back. We don't got Fred Warner. Everybody's gone, man. We were riding on Juwan Jennings, who's showing up. They had another guy, I forgot his name.
Are the 49ers going to make a deep run in the playoffs?
You know what, man? And I'm going to be honest to you. I'm a diehard 49ers fan, and I doubt them because we so depleted. But every time I doubt them, you know what they're like, man?
What are they like?
They are like, buddy of mine, we use this analogy one time, and we have felt this way about Garoppolo. 49ers are like, you know that girl you got? Right when you about to break up with her, she do something to make you change your mind. You know what? I think I ain't gonna leave just yet. And then later on, she might push you like, man, damn it, I'm done. Then next thing you know, I don't know, she cook your favorite meal or, you know what I'm saying? Or she blow your back out. So good. I think I'm gonna stick around for a little while. That's what the 49ers, that's what they're doing. Because honestly, even if we don't get past the Seahawks, I am so proud of them for getting this far with what they have. And that's no disrespect to the third string. And even we playing with people who I don't even barely know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Juszczyk got to step in. Now, we don't even got Ricky Parasol. And he was drafted as a top wide receiver. We don't even have him. So if they get this far, but I'm not going to say that we are going to lose the Seahawks because we're playing them in Seattle. And for some odd reason, sometimes teams, I notice they don't play as best when they're at home. They play better on the road. Because our opening game, we beat Seattle in Seattle. Then they came to San Francisco and beat us. That's when our defense is like, which our defense still ain't the greatest. But sometimes they can show up in the times when we actually need them to show up.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, that's what makes him so great is that he's able to take sorry players like Purdy and all these other people.
Purdy's not sorry.
And make them good.
Purdy is not sorry.
Purdy's not a good quarterback.
Did you see that trick play they did?
I don't care.
Purdy is not sorry. Purdy has to play with confidence and use his legs.
Okay.
But Sam Darnold is known for throwing intercepts. You know how many teams he been with?
Okay.
He's known for throwing a lot of intercepts.
I know what you mean. So come on. But I mean, like, Kyle Shanahan, there's something about him. I mean, look at what he did with y'all's backup quarterback this year.
Mac Jones.
He made him look good.
Mac Jones.
And Mac Jones sucks too.
The plays.
So,
hey, I'll take Purdy over Dak Prescott any day. I'll take Purdy over Dak.
I'll take anybody over Dak, honestly. All right. Well, the Rams beat the Panthers. The Bears beat the Packers. The Bills won over the Jaguars. So it's going to be interesting, playoff Definitely. Quickly, who are your Super Bowl picks right now?
Of course, 49ers.
Okay.
I'm going to say the 49ers and...
Make sure they're not in the same division.
No, I'm looking. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's AFC because it had to be either the Bills or
Okay. I can see 49ers Bills.
Bills.
I can see
If not the
49ers.
Bills,
Okay.
49ers Broncos maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hate the Broncos too.
I don't like the Broncos either.
Yeah.
I don't like the Broncos either.
Yeah. I just don't like that coach.
You know, yeah. I never.
But that coach, he was talking shit about Russell Wilson. I don't fuck with that.
Oh, really?
So,
I don't hate the Broncos, but I just,
yeah. What do you think about the Miami making it to the?
Oh yeah, I saw that game playing against. Was it Indiana? No.
Yeah. They're gonna be playing against Indiana. They
No,
made it to the college
they
football.
beat who they beat? They beat Ole Miss.
Yeah, they beat Ole Miss.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
And honestly, I kind of fell off from college football because my Carolina sucked in the game. So I was watching girls basketball college, but then I caught that game. It's good to me when the game's on the line and it goes back and forth. That's when you have a game.
Yeah.
When it's down and it's like 3 minutes left and you see them pull it out. And that quarterback for Miami, he just ran it in. He ran it in, man. I'm telling you, QBs, you got to use your legs if you have them. You got to use your legs. One quarterback who don't hardly use his legs.
Who's that?
CJ Stroud. I mean, he got a good arm. They still pull it off because of that defense. But see this, I don't know why. I was, man, bro, you black.
Yeah.
Run. We don't hardly use it. I mean, not all the time. And I'm not, not knocking his arm, but he'll sit there in the pocket, man, and get sacked. Use your legs sometime if you have to scramble.
Well, it's kind of, I will say it's kind of crazy to see that Miami made it to the championship.
You
I
never
mean,
think
it
that,
feels
like,
like we're living in the 2000s, early 2000s, because that's the last time that they were like actually good,
I remember Miami from when I was in high school, the Hurricanes. And that's because they was more popular because, Starter, they would take the popular schools. Like, your Georgetown, Miami. You may see a little bit of Syracuse, of course. What other college? Michigan, of course, Michigan.
Yeah.
UNLV, UNC, of course, right? The popular colleges. They would. So back then, I used to pay attention to the schools like Gonzaga because they were on the rise. Now in Gonzaga, there was no Gonzaga gear that I seen Starter when we was in school. We'd rock. Now you would see Gonzaga is like one of the top tier schools, Like I used to check out even like the Maryland Terrapins and Wake Forest. I used to look at schools like that too. Georgia Tech was a popular too, but their gear you would see all their gear, but you wouldn't see no Gonzaga or nothing like that. Now
Florida State. I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Now you barely see Georgetown Hoyas. You know what I'm saying? And
I know,
popular.
in basketball.
You barely see
barely
Georgetown
see them.
Hoyas now. So
Yeah. It's a different landscape. Yeah. What do you think about being vulnerable as a man?
Ooh, that's a crazy segue.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Do you feel like you can be vulnerable as a man, especially around a woman?
Around a woman? Why, a female? Did she hurt you?
No, I'm just asking some questions. Because
go ahead. Men are.
I think sometimes men can be punished for being vulnerable. And that's the truth. It's like
for being honest.
Yeah, for being honest
Men can be
about things too. Yeah, I mean, definitely
things.
Honesty. Like, I feel like you can't really be honest with a woman.
Yeah. I look at vulnerability and honesty as slightly two different things.
Okay.
If I look at me being vulnerable with a woman, that's like me being vulnerable enough to like, even though it's cliche to cry, right? Say, I'm not talking about like say like you lose the loved one. Let's say like say you lost your job, right? And you're like, man, I give them all this, you know what I'm saying? And then you crying around your woman or whatever, I don't know. Not saying that some women won't sympathize or look at help build you up. Then some women will be like, man, you need to man up. You know what I'm saying? You're in there crying, go out and try to find another gig or whatever, But I look at vulnerable as that. Not, like I said, cliche, not saying you necessarily have to cry, but then I look at being honest is a different thing. You being punished for being honest. Like, that's like telling your woman, baby, does this dress make me look fat? Yeah. I think it's how you say it. How you say it. And people just have to have tough skin, Like, women want men to have tough skin, but I think women need to have tough skin also, because I welcome honesty. If you can be honest with me about something, and I'll be honest with her as well, this food. I mean, this is how you say it. Yeah,
you gonna tell her food is nasty?
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
I think in that case, I would definitely be like, oh no, it tastes good.
Nah, man, you know why? Because she might make it again. You be like, damn it, I should have told you straight. Why you eat my food? Baby, it's nasty. It's nasty. I think it's how you say things. It's all about how you say it. You can get away in a text. Mm-hmm. You can get away with a lot of things. You know how you get away with it? By putting a smiley face or a LOL. You can be like, oh man, your baby ugly, LOL. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that baby look like a grown man, LOL. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with it. So I always think is how you say things. Mm-hmm. You think men be punished for being honest?
I do. I mean, I feel like a lot of times, and that's why like a lot of men like lie about things, because it's just like you can't really be honest about everything.
And tell them has to be some white lies. Tell them why we lie. Tell the camera why we lie. What's the number reason why we lie?
I don't know. Why do we lie?
We lie because we don't want to hurt you. I'm serious.
Exactly.
That's why we
you're
really
right.
don't. We don't want to hurt. So we end up having to lie because we don't want to hurt your feelings.
Right.
We don't want to hurt your feelings. That's why we lie.
And women can get hurt very easily.
Very easily.
And so, I mean, I know a lot of people are probably going to get mad about that, but like, it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Like, sometimes, I just won't even say anything. And so, that's why I feel like a lot of men, for them to open up about certain things, because you don't know how it's going to be taken. Mm-hmm. And especially when you talk about being vulnerable with a woman. I mean, like, she could use what you have to say against you later. And a lot of times, that's why a lot of men don't open up.
Has that ever happened to you?
I think
she's used something.
I think one time I was hanging out with this one girl, and I just kind of told her a little bit about my story, because I've had a lot of loss in my life and stuff like that, and I think it kind of made me look, because I did cry in front of her, and it kind of made me look like I was a little bit weak.
You lost a dog, a cat? What did you lose?
I wish it was that simple, but no, I lost. I've had a lot of loss. I lost my father.
Right.
I lost.
That'll make anybody upset us. You know what I'm saying?
And I can't even talk about my dad anymore without
tearing up.
Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
My eyes start getting a little watery. So I mean, it's tough. I mean, and dealing with grief. Even though it's been a while. For me to open up about my dad,
you never fully
it's
heal
tough
from things like that. You never.
Yeah.
You just
especially if you're really close.
You just learn to cope and deal with things like that.
What's crazy, I don't know if you cry, but I cry a lot, and I think when I was a kid, I couldn't cry.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember I would go to funerals. Like I said, I had a lot of loss in my life. I remember going to my granddad's funeral, and I just remember looking around, and everybody's eyes were watering up. Everybody had tissues, and I just never really felt that, even though I was sad. Don't get me wrong, I was definitely sad, but the tears weren't coming even as a kid. But I do remember, as I started to get older, and especially when my dad passed away, it was just I remember sitting down in the church, and it was just I was okay for most of it. Mm-hmm. And then when people started getting up and talking about who my dad was, bruh, the fucking floodgates
started, yeah.
just started to happen, and
Yeah.
so, sometimes that happens.
It
so
hits people differently.
But yeah, when
Yeah.
it's somebody that's, you're really like close to,
Of
that's
course.
when it hits
Yeah.
for sure. But
I've never cried at any funerals.
Mm.
I haven't. But
Yeah.
Shaq said that same statement that he'd never be vulnerable to a woman. He never because she'd use it against him.
Right.
She said she and of course females in the comment, well, you with the wrong woman. You need to be with a stronger woman who and
Yeah.
I will admit, I have brought up things people said, but I've done it not in a way, put like this. If they said something, let's say if they said something that there was hurtful in their past, not those things I don't bring up. Now, if they say something happened in their past that was funny, or yeah, this is and they can laugh about now. Now, if say in the future we joke around about something, I may
bring it up.
yeah, jokingly, something funny.
Sometimes when you're in the middle of an argument, you'll be surprised what comes out.
Now that I don't do. That's
Okay.
one thing about me. I do not, because they say that's how you can tell how a person really think about you.
Okay.
Because I'm not a dirty person when I argue with somebody, even if it's something. Trust me, people who know you, including you, everybody got dirt on everybody, right?
Oh yeah.
But I'm not one of those dirty people who will bring up something about you or whatever just because I'm mad at you or some of that.
Yeah.
Because what that happened in the past, that's irrelevant to what are we discussing about now. So I'm not like, and one thing, I'm not like that. And if I was in a relationship with a female, I'll tell them, don't disrespect me. One thing don't curse at me, don't curse me out, because I just look at, I didn't grow up with that, in a household with the siblings and the parents cursing each other out and stuff like that. Don't do that to me, because I won't do that to you. I don't even curse around my son. I don't even curse. I may have a little road rage and hear me say "damn" or something like that in the car. I had to catch myself, but but
do you get into arguments?
no, I do not,
Okay.
man. I don't. Have I before? Yes, but I feel if I end up getting into argument, I feel more slighted in myself that I let myself get to that point. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. I don't want to. No, we can have a discussion, but I don't want to. I don't want to get to the point where if I got to yell, because what's the point of that? You're not hearing me. The purpose is winning, right? And women, they see you can't argue with a woman. They there to win. Logic doesn't matter when they going off emotion. They're there to win and get whatever their point is, whether it's logic or not, to get their point across.
Have you ever cried in front of a woman?
Never.
Oh, okay.
And I never needed to. There was never an issue for me to cry in front of a woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I even cried in front of my sisters. I don't know. Maybe my mom would beat my ass. I have to ask them. Have I ever cried? You ever see me cry in front of y'all? You know what I'm saying? But nah.
Do you think that crying as a man is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why? Because sometimes whether you do it alone, sometimes you have to, because that relieves a lot of stress out your body. Well, if you for whatever reason, say even if you driving or a song hits you, or you think about a parent or something like that, and you cry, sometimes you feel a lot better after, because you releasing that tension out of your body. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, sometimes crying that's why little babies feel so much better, because they sit there and holler. And after a while, they can laugh and play. You release a lot of tension out of your body when you cry. But yeah, I don't knock anybody for crying. I had some partners around me who cried about certain things. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because I partner who recently lost his father. You know what I'm saying? And when his dad was going through it. In fact, he was on the podcast, and when he told me, he had tears in his eyes, something with his father.
Oh,
that's his dad, man.
That's
you know what I'm
it
saying?
hits you, man. I'm telling
that's
you.
his father. You know what I'm saying? So I hugged him. I hugged the
Yeah.
man and said, you know what I'm saying? And went to the funeral, give my condolences and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't knock nobody for crying. To be
What
honest
about
with you.
movies?
Do movies make you cry? Now I won't lie. Certain movies, I'm gonna be like,
Be honest, it's okay.
I
cry.
certain movies.
Listen, I cry all the time during
Really?
movies. Yeah,
You do really?
Yeah.
I
I mean, I'm
don't-
telling you, as I get
that's-
older, I cry a lot more. When I was younger, it was like I was straight. I was a fucking G.
It's certain.
Now I'm like, damn, why the fuck am my like eyes all watery during
It's
this
certain
scene?
scenes. It may make your eye water a little bit because you might
Yeah.
think about something.
Right.
I'll tell you this.
Mhm.
I never was a crier, right? You know, when I got to that point
Mm-hmm.
of being able to even my eye can water,
Mhm.
is when I gained a more spiritual relationship with the Most High.
Yeah. Yep.
What that from that was able to let me actually sit and reflect and meditate, and my eyes can actually water to that point. I mean, I always, was a believer in Yahweh and stuff like that, Most High. But when I actually took time to get in tune with that, I think that did something to me that make me kind of open up a little bit more. But as far as this, the cry around people is, I'm probably not going to be able to. Now, I actually think that if I did a movie scene,
You could cry on
I think
on
I can.
command?
Before I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. Now I don't know if on command. I have to be. Let me get into the scene. Say if we doing a scene or something like that, and
Yeah.
say you got, you know what I'm saying, and somebody. I think now, but me being more in control of my emotions now.
Yeah.
I think now I'll be able to do it. Before I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I think I'll be able to do it now. I think I'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
I really think I'll be able to do it. Yeah. Yeah. What about you? You think you can cry on command if you had to do?
Yeah.
I can't believe you say you cry. Why am I shocked?
No, I mean
You cry after every time we finish
I mean,
the podcast.
I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds
I love
weird.
this episode.
I'm not crying like every day, but like, I mean, I'll probably cry like once or twice a month.
Really?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, just from watching a movie?
I mean, no, just like
You can be walking the house.
no.
You open the refrigerator. No food.
No, I mean, like, life is hard, man. I mean, things come up. I think the past, like, honestly, like the last 10 years of my life have really been difficult, and so I think that, like you said, I mean, crying does release a lot of stress and other things. So I mean, like, I'm not afraid to cry. I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like whatever. Now, if I'm around like somebody, I'm like around my friends or
whatever.
if I'm around my friends and stuff, it's like, all right, I'm holding on, like.
You ever just
trying
bust
not
out
to
start
come-
crying in front of your friends?
Huh?
You probably get drunk, and you get drunk. When you're drinking, that you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
You say what's on your mind.
I wish
and
I
you
could
do
say
your
that,
actions.
but I'm not going to
You
let
bust out and
myself
cry?
get away with it because I'm actually a happy drunk.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like,
happy?
it's
No,
like,
that's not to say you
not a
upset.
drunk- yeah, not a
You're
drunk, but like happy.
I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
you might be so happy, man. You
No,
might look
I'm
at your
not
friends.
like that. I'm not one
You know,
of those.
man, if you guys, man,
I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are the best. No, I'm not one of those. I'm like, yo, let's go. I'm one of the people, like, when I start drinking, I'm like, let's go all night. You know what I mean? So I'm one of those.
So to make have women ever cried around you? Not a sibling, mother,
Yeah,
nothing like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever made girls cry?
I don't think I've made them cry.
You sure?
Yeah.
When doves cry, you haven't made them cry?
Uh,
You ever kissed the girls and make them cry? You never was a Georgie Porgy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know Georgie Porgy? Georgie Porgy, pudding pie, kissed the girls and made them cry.
Oh, okay.
You never heard that little nursery rhyme? Oh,
Nah.
damn, you young.
I'm young
So-
and
But some girls have cried around you about some stuff that they had going on?
yeah. I feel like I've always made it comfortable for people to be vulnerable in front of me.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah.
that's why it was so weird that, like, once I got vulnerable, there was a little bit of
Then
something.
you always had a cry fest, you and her. She's like, oh, and he's like, I'm
Nah,
crying
nah.
too. Why you crying? You make me cry.
But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think a girl ever cried around me. Now I have talked to a girl on the phone and she been crying, and I ain't even.
Okay.
I guess about her situation and stuff like that, and I just
So,
sympathize. But
All the girls, like, not to be, but
ahead.
like, no women have ever, like,
I'm trying to
cried in
think.
front of you.
has a woman ever cried? outside of
outside of
a
family. Outside
right?
of family, yeah.
Trying to think.
Yeah, because I mean, like I've seen all my sisters cry.
Yeah,
So,
me too. Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen it. Dang, no, I don't think so.
One thing I'll say, if we're talking about family members, my mom, I've only seen my mom like cry once.
I've seen my
Ever.
mom cry twice my whole
Like,
life.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe
I've
it's
seen my mom cry
generation.
twice.
Like,
And that's why I know my mom was like,
yeah, because both of our moms are around the same
Yeah,
age.
my
like
mom
the
was like-
older generation.
my mom was like tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
my
how
mom
my
too.
mom was.
My mom too.
My aunt even told me, my mom older sister, she said, man, when they was little and they about to get a beating, my aunt said, I know how my aunt is emotional because she cried when I went to go, her and I'll tell you that story in a second.
Okay.
My aunt said when they were little, they was about to get a beating. My aunt said, as soon as I see the belt, whoa, she's a holler. And he said, my mother named Linda, right? So she said, my mom would get a beat, my mama won't cry. She just sit there and say, and she said, girl, you better cry so they stop beating you. And they beat you to
Yeah, they beat you harder.
So because you ain't crying. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but no, my mom and my oldest, when I went in the army, my mom, they went to MEPS in Columbia. There's a thing called MEPS where they come pick you up and they take you up, right? So my oldest sister and my aunt thought I wouldn't go nowhere. So my cousin talked to my aunt, said, well, Henry's about to leave. Boy, if I should know, that boy ain't going nowhere. And my oldest sister be like, please, boy, you ain't going no army. You ain't going nowhere. I said, all right. And then so my mom went with me to MEPS. And then my aunt wanted to go, and then my sister went, right? And so then when the van came and picked me up and I about to leave, my sister and my aunt, they bust up, start crying. I mean, I didn't laugh in their face like that, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't sad, but I felt sad for them because they wasn't gonna see me.
Yeah,
my aunt cried. My sister's a crier, man. My older sister was one of the ones who quick to fight. Top Kershaw, but she a cry.
Yeah.
So they cried. Then this is my mama. My mom, right? I had to laugh. I said, Mom, yeah, they cry. My mom was like, my mom, they crying. My mom was, all right, this is my mom. She's sitting back looking at them. My mom, she's just looking at them, right? So I said, Mom, why you cry? She said, oh, they cry. I said, yeah, you the favorite. I said, what you thought about them crying? She said, what, they act like they ain't gonna never see you again? They know you coming back. I'm like, they just wasn't gonna see me for a while. I got shipped to Missouri, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, my mom was like tough, you know what I'm saying? She cried at her dad a little bit at her dad's funeral and stuff like that. And then she cried behind me one time. You know what I'm saying? It shocked me that I saw her cry, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.